Now you may have noticed that some of my assembly language code has looked a little bit different in the last few videos. That's because I am using a new assembler. Now I didn't write this assembler, it was written for me by Timothy Morgan, who has helped me out in the previous course and in this course with a lot of the coding. So thank you for that, Timothy. I doubt if I would have been able to write a piece of code just as clean and smart as you have written it. So it's made my life a lot easier when it comes to finding the bugs within my assembly language, and it's going to help every other student as well who takes the course. So I'll quickly show you the setup that I have now, and I'll show you the assembler, but we won't get into any detail. It's just to show you the setup that I have now. So I have two little links here. Okay, so the first one here, shortcuts, takes me through to this folder here. This folder has got the new assembler 1, I've called it, so I just put it in this folder. I've also got another two folders, one called ASM, so that's going to be the assembly language programs that go in that folder, and then whenever we've assembled it, the results, which are the machine code, will go into the MC folder. Now there's another little thing here. I've got a little batch file, so if I open that up, I think I can go to edit. You can see here that it just sets up a little file that allows me to just type in assemble and then the program name, and whenever it'll go and assemble that program name, and it will save it in the folder machine code, that's MC. Okay, so that again, that's all part of the assembler. Okay, now if I was to assemble a program, so I'll actually pick out one for the moment. So if I go in here and we've got one, say that one called rectangle. So that rectangle is a little assembly language program. Then all I need to do is go into the command prompt. So this is a shortcut to the command prompt, and it takes me straight to the folder that I need to be in. And I can simply type in assemble rectangle, and it'll go ahead and it will assemble it, and it will save the machine code into that folder which I showed you, the MC folder. Now if I was to make a mistake, this is the other added advantage of using this new assembler. I'll show you an example here of me making a mistake. So if I was to do something like make this 1 1, and I'll save this, and in order to assemble it, again all I need to do is do the up arrow key, and I've got the command there, and you see I've now actually starting to get error code. So it says a syntax error on line 11. Now there's no any line numbers here, but you could have it so that you can set up with line numbers, but you'd count down to line 11 and then you can find your error quite simply. You can see, well, that's an obvious error, and there might be other errors here. So let's say I miss out a value here. I'll save, and again we'll run that, and it says assemble syntax error line 23 invalid number format. So again, you can go to line 23 and you can find it, and it's an obvious fix. Okay, so there are I think there's a half a dozen or so different error codes that we have there at the moment, but as the program gets more complicated, possibly more error codes will be added, and also more and more commands will gradually be added as and when we require them. So I'll let you see a quick look at the code. So this is the code here. I'll just open it up in, oh, that's not what I wanted. I'll just open it up. There, one, edit. There you go. So it's opened up in Notepad. So you can see the program here. and it's actually written in a much smarter and neater format than the program that I wrote, and it's also about a quarter of the length as well. So it's an excellent tool, and it's really allowed me to speed up a lot of my assembly language programming. So whenever you go to use it through the course, it will help a great deal. So that's all for this video. As we continue, we will add more mathematical functions and more graphical functions as well. So I have to add in an elliptic function, so I may well do that one next. But so far, all we've added are integer libraries. But I have courses there on how to design a floating point unit, and I've already got a floating point adder, subtractor, and a multiplier sitting there at the moment. I've got to generate the division and square root, so whenever those are generated, we can add a floating point unit into our design, and then we can build up a floating point library as well and make the CPU a lot more powerful. But that's going to come through the rest of this course. So thank you for listening. I'll get you on the next video. Goodbye.